I need you to be so selective in who you talk to and who you engage with. I need you to keep your head on a swivel, okay? It is not your job to evangelize everybody, with everybody, engage in conversation with. You have to know that the minute people start saying stuff like, oh, I believe in God, I just don't believe in Jesus, Antichrist. Okay. If you are not for us, you are against us. Why am I going to sit and hang out and have a conversation with someone who has the spirit of the Antichrist? Why am I going to try to convince the devil that he should believe and submit to and surrender to God? You have already decided. You have already declared. It's not like you're curious. It's not like you're questioning. You have already decided. You got to understand that if God will turn people over to their reprobate mind, you should too. God will lead you to who he wants you to be able to speak to. But again, do not cast your pearls before swine. See, what the devil wants you to do, he wants to allow somebody to spin you up, to get you so wrapped up in a heated argument, trying to convince them that God is real, Jesus is real, trying to persuade them that they're sitting there mocking you, they having fun with you. This is something you're passionate about. This is something you committed your whole life to. And they out here talking reckless about God, talking reckless about Jesus. And it's all just to spin you up, to waste your time, to frustrate you, to irritate you, to bring you out of the space of love, to bring you outside of God. You better know what's going on. See, in cases like that, you got to be able to hear that right away. Look at somebody's determination. Look at somebody's body posture, their mannerisms that says, I'm going to believe what I want to believe. And leave them to it. Drop a few gems. Well, if you ever wanted to talk a little bit more, or if you ever want to come to church with me, hey, I'm here. I'm available. I see where you at. I got you. Keep it pushing. Keep it pushing. God ain't calling you to go argue down everybody about his name. The truth don't need defense. It just is. Okay? Now, is it that you don't never speak the name of God in situations that may seem hostile, may seem difficult? You just better make sure you are led of the Lord. There are some people that the enemy has planted in your life just to run you around in circles, just to run you ragged. Baby, you show them by example who Christ is. And in your example, you're letting them know, hey, if you ever did for real, want to come to the Lord and know a little bit more about the Lord, then you're going to have to come to me correct. You're going to have to come to me right. You're going to have to come to me in the spirit that says that you want to learn, that says you want to receive. See, yeah, you go around and you start wrestling with pigs. Pigs are having all the fun, and you out there sweating and frustrated and irritated and getting all dirty and nasty and pissed off, and pigs are having the time of their life. You don't give the devil an opportunity to rob you of your peace. It's too expensive. You don't work too hard to get to this place of rest and place of peace to allow people to take it from you. I don't care what they think about you. Oh, she's antisocial. Oh, she's shy. Oh, she don't think what you want to think. Say what you want to say. But I'm going to stay in my place as a child of God. That's what I'm going to do. It ain't my job to be your Jesus. Because I'm going to be a horrible one. I'm going to just continue being an ambassador. Do what I feel called to do and call it good. Jesus didn't spend all his time trying to convince the Pharisees to come to the Lord. He knew the hearts of man. Did you see Jesus all day and a day in apologetics? If he would have been so caught up in that, he wouldn't have been able to perform all the miracles that he was able to do, because he would have been so busy trying to convince those who had already made up their mind. Again, will God send you to people like that? Yes, but you got to make sure that you're led of God. You got to be able to see when man is manipulating you. And we're just going to talk about the natural real quick. We're going to take a minute for that. I need you to know that people in the natural seek to manipulate, seek to have emotional control over you. They will puppeteer you and drag you around on a leash if you don't have positive control over your emotions. If you don't decide who you are and how you are going to engage others, others will decide who you are and how you're going to engage them. And they'll just pull you around. They'll start arguments with you that they already know that's going to work you up. They will do things that they already know are going to move you around and drag you around. You have to be careful about the way how people manipulate you. People be bored and they just want something to do, so they just won't mess with you. Some people are jealous and envious of you. Some people just want to try you. Some people just want to test you to see if you really in God. Some people be doing some wild stuff. That's why you got to lead people to themselves. Okay? When you see that nonsense happening, you see, I can recognize the Spirit of God on somebody, but I also got to be able to use discernment with that, because the devil comes masquerading as an angel of light to lower my defenses and to draw me in. And all of a sudden, I find myself in situations that I ain't got no business being a part of. You see, in this season where God is trying to bring you into so much, God is bringing you into so much. You got to understand that the devil is working just as hard to turn you and spin you in the opposite direction. There's a time when God wants you to be open to people. But even in that time when he wants you to be open to people, he wants you to use wisdom. He wants you to be innocent as a dove and wise as serpents. Don't let Satan pull you in to the kingdom of darkness. I need you to think of what heaven's like. Heaven is beautiful. Heaven is glorious. Heaven is love. Heaven is glorifying the Father. If you meet somebody and that's not what they bringing to you, then what are they bringing to you? In your interaction with them, what's that energy you picking up on? How are you feeling? What's this conversation leading me to? What does it arise? What does it evoke in you? Does it evoke love and compassion? Or does it evoke anger and frustration and irritation? One's of God and one's not. Yeah, I'm not going to come to you and let you walk me into hell. Nah. I'm going to let you say what you got to say. Okay, I'm out. Matter of fact, depending on what you're saying, I'm going to cut you off and I'll be like, okay, I got to get out of here. I'll talk to you later. Bye. That's it. Don't waste my time. Not wasting my time. You don't get my peace. You don't get the hard work that I've done to be able to get me to this solid place in God. No. You walking around in brokenness, in negativity, in anger, and frustration, in darkness. And you've decided that that's where you want to stay. And in ignorance, that's where you want to stay. Baby, I don't want to stay there. You want to come over here to where I'm at? Let's go. But you trying to pull me into where you at? Baby, I don't work too hard to get out of there. I'm not going back. Use discernment.